Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, May 9, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Los Angeles Dodgers vs Milwaukee Brewers. It has been a bit of a rollercoaster of a year so far for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who after a rough start, have been rounding the corner as of late. The Dodgers have now won 8 of their last 10 games, allowing them to take back first place in the division and are rolling right now. The Dodgers currently lead the National League in runs scored, with 194 on the season or 5.4 per game. During the 10-game stretch, however, their offense has hit another gear, averaging a whopping 6.2 runs per game in that time. The Dodgers carry a stellar team ops of .770 so far this year and have been led by Max Muncy's 12 home runs, who started the season in a slump to end all slumps but has played at an MVP level since. Not only do the Dodgers lead the NL in runs scored, they also sit third in run differential at +37 on the year. The Los Angeles lineup should be able to do plenty of damage in Milwaukee, but their pitching has been strong this year as well, allowing just 157 runs. I've got the Dodgers in this one over Milwaukee at -120. Los Angeles is red hot at the moment and come into this one with a lineup that just cannot be stopped at the moment. The Dodgers already lead the National League in runs scored and have been piling it on recently, up their season average to 5.4 per game during this recent 10-game hot streak, where they've managed to score a phenomenal 6.2 per game. With a pitcher like Eric Lauer on the mound for the Brewers, there's no real reason to think he can slow down this Dodger lineup, and LA should have no problem putting some runs on the board in this one. Noah Syndergaard looks to get back on track in this one, which his peripheral stats suggest he should, and he's always performed well against Milwaukee, owning a 2.76 career ERA against them. Our team pick is Dodgers money line. I'm taking over 9.5 runs between the Dodgers and the Brewers. As we have discussed, the Dodgers lineup is in a totally different gear right now, with no signs of slowing down. Averaging 6.2 per game recently, the Dodgers' recent stretch would have them account for nearly 2/3 of the run total in this one. With Lauer pitching so-so at the moment, the Dodgers should absolutely be able to do at least their part in this one to help reach 10 total runs. With Syndergaard on the mound for LA, the Brewers should be able to break out of their recent offensive funk and be able to push across at least a few runs in this one, given Syndergaard's struggles to begin the year. Our total pick is over 9.5 runs. St. Louis Cardinals vs Chicago Cubs. St. Louis got the job done in the series opener Monday night, beating the Chicago Cubs 3-1 at Wrigley Field. The Cardinals came into the game as a +108 moneyline underdog. Meanwhile, the 4 combined runs were comfortably under the pregame threshold of 7.5 runs. Wilson Contreras had a big day against his former club, going 2-4 with 2 RBI. His RBI double in the 6th was the go-ahead run that led to the victory. As for the pitching, Miles McColl has made the start and lasted 4.1 innings, allowing just 1 earned run on 4 hits and 3 walks. Genesis Cabrera earned the win in relief, while Ryan Helsley slammed the door in the 9th and picked up his 4th save of the year. While the Cubs have the better record this season, I'm still in the mindset that the Cardinals have the better overall roster. I think this is a great opportunity to buy back in on St. Louis and get them with a plus money payout. Jack Flaherty is coming off the outing where he was thrashed for 10 earned runs against the Angels, but I'm confident that he'll bounce back here. I'll ride with St. Louis to get it done in this game as they go for their 3rd straight victory. Our team pick is Cardinals money line. While I expect Flaherty to turn in a decent outing Tuesday night, we can't completely ignore his recent struggles. Ultimately, I anticipate it being somewhere in the middle where the Cubs will muster up a few runs against him. Furthermore, St. Louis's bullpen has been very underwhelming this season. They're currently 17th in ERA, 3.88, and 22nd in WHIP, 1.35. On the other hand, Chicago's arm barn is ranked 11th in ERA, 3.56, and 2nd in WHIP, 1.13. While those are excellent overall numbers, we have to remember that they'll be running into one of the better offenses in baseball Tuesday night. I think this game will end close to the 8.0 run mark, but we should sneak over. Chicago White Sox vs Kansas City Royals. The White Sox enjoyed their best defensive output of the season on Sunday as they took the rubber match of a weekend series in Cincinnati, 17-4. Chicago cranked out 18 hits and used an 11-run second inning to get ahead. It was the most runs ever scored by the White Sox in the second inning, besting their previous mark of 10 set in 1935. 11 runs were the most by Chicago in any inning over the past 16 years. Lucas Giolito's numbers have slipped the past 2 years after very strong seasons from 2019 to 2021, but I really like him and the White Sox on Tuesday. I feel comfortable with Giolito on the hill now that we're well into May, which is historically one of his best months. His career record in May is 14-6, which is a complete turnaround from April when he is just 4-9 in his career and sports a 5.45 ERA, which is his worst out of any month. Giolito's first start this May was excellent, and it helped reduce his ERA from 4.15 when April ended. Giolito has also been formidable against the Royals in his career, going 9-5 with a 3.67 ERA in 20 starts. Jordan Lyles, on the other hand, cannot be trusted at all right now. Plain and simple, his numbers are not good home or away, night or day, April or May. He's also just 1-3 against the White Sox in his career. This Chicago lineup hasn't enjoyed tremendous success at the plate most of the season, but the White Sox are just a couple of days removed from plating 17 runs on Sunday, so they're going to be licking their chops heading into this matchup. Giolito has nasty stuff when he's on his game. Now that he's put April behind him, I like his chances of clamping down against Kansas City. Give me Chicago minus 1.5 runs. Even though Jordan Lyles has a 6.69 ERA, the over has only hit in 4 of his 7 starts this season. If he can turn in a decent performance, the under seems likely to hit on Tuesday. I know the White Sox just put up 17 runs on Sunday, but that came in Cincinnati where the ball flies out of the park and Chicago is battling too many injuries right now. They haven't had a consistent lineup, and Jimenez's absence from the middle of the order is bound to catch up to them soon. On the hill for Chicago, I am banking on Giolito continuing to build momentum after solid performances in each of his last 2 outings. Giolito has held opponents to 2 earned runs or fewer in 5 of his 7 starts this season, and I think Kansas City is his next victim. I'm siding with the under 9.5 runs. Houston Astros vs Los Angeles Angels. After scoring a combined 11 runs over the first 2 games in Seattle, the Astros were held to just 1 run in Game 3 to go with 6 hits. Yordan Alvarez was the only Astro to log 2 hits. It was a grind for the Astros offense as they managed just 7 total bases on the day. Brandon Bielak took the mound for Houston, and he gave up 10 hits and 2 runs over 4.2 innings. He failed to record a strikeout and walked 2 batters. LHP Framber Valdez is due to make his 3rd road start of the season, and he currently boasts a 2-0 away record to go with an ERA of 3.21. His last road start featured him tossing for 7 innings and striking out 9 in the process, while surrendering just 3 runs. He threw 4 times against the Angels a season ago, finishing with an ERA of 3.91 and walking 13 batters over just 23 innings. While Valdez is striking out batters at a higher rate compared to his league average, it should be noted that he's also giving up more homers as well. While he allowed just 1 homer in his outings against the Angels a year ago, this trend is something to keep an eye on. The trouble for the Angels this season has been their lack of help from the bullpen. That takes a turn for the better with Ohtani on the mound. Valdez has been susceptible to the long ball early this season, and that's been a major area of success for the Halos as they average 1.3 homers per game. The Astros' offense has remained inconsistent, and their lack of slugging power has often resulted in them settling for base hits. I expect Ohtani to keep the Astros' bats in disarray. Take the home favorite here. Our team pick is Los Angeles money line. Even with Ohtani's great pitching this season, it is unlikely that he will go the full 9 innings. With that said, it's been the Angels' bullpen that has unraveled several leads this season. Couple the question marks on the mound for Law and Valdez inconsistencies on the road, it will only take a couple of strong innings by either offense to push this low number over the total. The play is the over.